The Wise Wanderer, a Buddha story. Once upon a time, in a land of lush green forests and golden temples, there lived a young prince named Siddhartha. Born into a life of luxury and privilege, he was sheltered from the hardships of the world. However, deep inside, he felt a longing for something more meaningful. One day, Siddhartha embarked on a journey beyond the palace walls. He was determined to explore the world and seek answers to the questions that troubled his heart. Disguised as a humble wanderer, he left his riches behind and set off into the unknown. As Siddhartha traveled through villages and cities, he encountered people from all walks of life. He saw the pain of poverty, the struggles of illness, and the sorrow of old age. These experiences deeply moved him, and he realized that life was not only about pleasure and abundance, but also about understanding and compassion. One fateful day, while resting under a Bodhi tree, Siddhartha resolved to meditate until he found the truth he sought. He sat cross-legged, his eyes closed, and focused his mind on the present moment. For days and nights, he battled with his thoughts and desires, facing the temptations that arose within him. Finally, on a moonlit night, as the world slept, Siddhartha reached a state of profound enlightenment. He understood the nature of suffering and how it was rooted in attachment and desire. He discovered the path to liberation from suffering, the middle way. With a heart filled with compassion, Siddhartha decided to share his newfound wisdom with others. He became known as the Buddha, the Awakened One. He traveled from village to village, teaching the principles of love, kindness, and mindfulness. People from all walks of life flocked to hear his words and seek his guidance. One day, a young woman named Kisa came to the Buddha, her heart heavy with grief. She had lost her only child, and the pain was unbearable. Tearfully, she begged the Buddha to help her find solace. The Buddha, with eyes full of compassion, listened attentively to Kisa's story. He gently held her hand and said, "Life is impermanent, and suffering is a part of our journey. However, we can find peace by letting go of our attachments and cultivating inner strength." With these words, the Buddha taught Kisa a meditation practice that allowed her to connect with the love she had for her child, while accepting the reality of their separation. Day by day, Kisa's heart healed, and she found solace in the understanding that her child's spirit lived on within her. News of the Buddha's teaching spread far and wide, reaching even the most remote corners of the land. His followers grew in number, and his wisdom resonated with people from all walks of life. The Buddha's message of peace and harmony brought communities together and inspired countless individuals to lead lives of compassion and mindfulness. The Buddha's legacy continues to shine brightly even today. His teachings serve as a guiding light for those seeking inner peace and understanding. The story of Siddhartha, the prince-turned-wise wanderer, reminds us that true wealth lies not in material possessions, but in the wisdom and compassion we cultivate within ourselves. And so, the journey of the Buddha, the Awakened One, lives on, touching hearts and minds across generations, offering solace to the troubled and lighting the way for those seeking the path of enlightenment.